Welcome back to Fire Emblem Heroes. Today we'll be doing a summoning session on the legendary Byleth banner. We'll be going full circles, of course, as always, but our goal or our hopes are to get Byleth and Hell. Since Hell is the only mythic I do not currently have, anything else I get is just bonus. I'm not sure if I'll go all 256 orbs on this because I also would like to try to get at least a Guinevere from this banner or more merges for my burning. So yeah, let's begin. So no green to start with. Like I said, I'm just going full circles anyway, so I mean, I do hope to get Byleth and Hell, but so we start with a 3-star, and it's a Gunter. I mean, a Jogging. But yeah, so some things to talk about while we summon. Mostly the state of the game, and you know, when I talk at the start of the game, I'm mostly talking from Aether race perspective. So some big changes have come to Aether raids since I did the last summoning session, which was summoning for Nod, and Nod was one of the big changes that came into Aether raids. First, by allowing the 7th unit on dark teams, which we had dealt with 7 units for a long time now on anima teams, but this is the first one that we get for Astra teams. I mean, for dark teams. So now dark teams also have 7 units, which has, of course, raised the level of difficulty on light seasons. Especially last week, I noticed a lot of people had trouble last week, and of course that is mostly due to the certain 7th unit traps who are enabled by a certain cavalry unit, a certain dancer, groom sigurd, who just came in as a dancer, as a duo unit, and kind of broke everything, because up to that point we had not had a cavalier dancer, and they just went straight for the ranged cavalier dancer as opposed to like a melee cavalier dancer first hand, which he, of course, along with being able to dance the 7th unit, because that's how 7th unit has worked since they were introduced. They automatically end turn so they can get dance, has allowed that kind of play to be also in light season. But we had already been dealing that with, of course, on Astra Anima, but because of Dagger, who not only enabled the 7th unit, but because she came with Pathfinder, allowing to units that pass through her to, of course, not count that tile as part of their movement. It kind of like just made light season terrible. The ability to just ignore one tile means that cavalry units have that extra space to move through them, giving them basically 4 movements spaces and 2 attack range, so a grand total of 6. And then you combine that with another unit that got released to break the game, and that's again Sigurd, but this time legendary Sigurd, who, if he procs the special, whether he dies or not, he grants that extra unit movement to all units, meaning that with him and with Dagger, a cavalry unit can reach 8 spaces away. It's 8 spaces, move 3, True Dagger is 1 for 4. With Sigurd is 1 for 5. And we got a leaf. Okay, so 5, and then the 2 spaces to attack. So yeah, 7 spaces away, which is just kind of ridiculous. A plus speed. So yeah, things like that are why Light just... There a lot of things came in at the same time to just explode Light Season. Dark defense teams. Just a lot of little things that just together, it just makes very annoying defense teams that are very hard to take on. Meanwhile, on the offense side, we did get a Shera for to be the second unit that enables the 6 unit slot on offense team in Aether season. And unlike okay, so we got the 2 Bow Boys and Leaf. These are just merges. Oh, a neutral Alm. So yeah, as I was about to say, man, I am not getting a lot of greens. I might have to snipe. And I don't like sniping on legendary banners. Not because of the chance to get 3 different units, but just because it's such a waste. And usually I do good with green, like for the most part I usually do good on greens, but it hasn't been so lately. But yeah. So now that we have Ashera on offense, she works a lot differently than, of course, Regan. Due to Regan, of course, having Kanto and being a cavalry unit, having Cedar Shell to allow her. She was always more of a snipe unit, like able to initiate combat, get in, get out, get things started. As opposed to Ashera, which is, she's very powerful, of course. She has that sort of blade tome that cannot be stopped by LOL attacks because it's all drives that she gets from other people. So her buffs necessarily don't matter. It's other people's buffs that strengthen her. So she's mostly a sport thanks to her ability to grab no panic. Like being able to ignore panic status is extremely powerful. Due to panic manners being everywhere, sometimes really hard to snipe, or panic, smoke, what is it? Panic, smoke, sudden panic, and stuff like that. And of course, units that just panic staff. Okay, we got Brahmimon. This is the first merge I'll be able to give to my Brahmimon. Plus rest, okay. Come on, be Byleth from this one. Or hell. Byleth or hell. So yeah. One doesn't automatically replace the other one as a 6 slot. Like both of them open it up, which since Regan was given out for free, so everybody already had Regan. But it gives you the choice to switch her out if you have both of them. And depending on merges, like whether you want to score better or not, things like that, of course. But yeah, so it allows you, if you had more of a defensive play style, you can use Ashera more. If you always had a more offensive style, Regan of course helps. Regan being a cavalry is always, and having Kanto will always be useful. So not a lot of change there. Ooh, Natasha. I've been looking for Natasha's. Too bad she's only a 3-star, but still. Alright, so we're down about 100 orbs, almost 100 orbs. We started with 252. Oh, okay, so that's a lot of bloom. If there's a nodding here, then it would be worth it, but there is really hard to tell. Do I go for this full circle? I guess we'll go for it. Knot is, I guess I could use merges for my knot since I'm running 3 knots. Just okay, it's Julia. But yeah, so back to defense teams, and as I just mentioned, knots. So I used last season 3 knots in one single team, which is a little overkill, of course, but it enables strategies that are extremely difficult to counter. And I don't normally like super oppressive teams to build my defense team to be super oppressive, so it's not a team that I would be running consistently. I also don't like to lose too many points, so I try to build teams for score, which is why, regardless of who else is the other unit, aside from last week, I always have Sotes on my team since she's plus 10, so that's minus 10 points of loss. Oh, this is Dimitri. No, Falling Harding. I was like, yeah, wait a minute, like, why would he be like that? So yeah, Falling Harding, which just got refined. And I guess we still don't have regular Harding in the game. But yeah, come on, give me some green orbs. Do I want to snipe now? I really don't like sniping. So what else we got? So, oh yeah, so like I use being able to use those super oppressive teams and then combining those with dual Sigurd and legendary Sigurd for extremely old teams that just cover the entire map and there's no way for you to avoid it. Which is one of the reasons I really find it weird that a lot of people run 6 buildings on their offense teams. Like running a full backline of buildings has always seemed weird to me. Like you have half the player base dropping most buildings, and then you have half the player base playing with full buildings, and it's really weird to see. Like sometimes, like you see some people just only bring 3 buildings, their ladders, their fortress, and whatever the bonus structure is for that week, and while other people just bring full on backlines. So those who run like cav lines love to be matched against the people with full backlines, just because they're able to abuse the power of a cav line, being able to reach completely lat down, and then with units like Knot, which enable even more of those kind of plays. It just exasperates the problem. Alright, so let's try to go for greens now. I say this as we get no greens. So I'm just gonna summon this blue and gonna get out. At least I wanna have chance of summoning these 2 units. But yeah, so that's it for Aether raids. There is something else that just got announced. So we'll take a small break because the next notif update is live. well, not live. The notification for the next update is live. According to this, it should be up next Monday, so on reset. And it's bringing a lot of good changes. So like team locking, Lynn and Robin getting their update. We're getting Summer Ursula and Summer Takumi, as well as what is it called? Chris. But this is what I want to talk most about, the refines. Jerome is getting a unique weapon, but is Fjorm, Spring Katria, Dorcas, Guntra, and the Grimace. So, as you all know, I'm a huge fan of Fjorm, and I was definitely not down for the Ice Mirror update, which I consider it to just be a side grade to a downgrade. Like it didn't do anything for her. It didn't help her in any kind of way, because first of all, it is a 2-turn cooldown. It is a 3-turn cooldown. No, it's a 2-turn cooldown. Yeah. So she takes a hit. She retaliates with it. And then she takes another hit, which she will not have Ice Shield ready for on that. And that's the problem. Like, she cannot continuously keep Ice Shield up at all times against mages, and it doesn't have any additional effect against brave weapons. So like if a brave ball or a Reinhardt, finally I got a hell. So if those units hit her, like she'll be able to have the damage reduction on the first hit, but she takes full damage on that second hit. So I always found problems with Ice Shield, the way it works. You can run it with Bride of Fjorm, with Brave Lucina. Yeah, I'm gonna stop. You can run it with Brave Lucina to be able to have a little more consistency on her Ice Shield, but still it doesn't do anything for her on melee. I guess that's why they gave her Attack Depth Unity for the melee. But the fact that Ice Shield, unlike only works like that, unlike the other special that works similar to it, which is Negating Fang, I always found it to be lacking. And then Ice Shield 2, which kind of made her, the damage that she does, be capped. Supposedly was is because you can still run Ice Shield 1. With Ice Shield 1, the more damage she takes, the more damage she does back. But with Ice Shield 2, of course, only the damage she takes. She will always do that flat damage based on her res. So I never did like the update to Ice Shield. So I am really hoping for her weapon refine to be really good. Maybe give it a slaying effect to fix a little bit of the Ice Shield problem, so she can at least have it on every single time somebody attacks her. It won't do anything against her when she's fighting brave weapons, but at the very least it will give her a little more consistency on how it is. Maybe give her, since she's meant to fight range units, give her built-in null city disrupt on her weapon. That would be like what I consider the best thing she could do. They're probably just gonna give her stats like they did for Ike and Ryoma, that +4 to all stats. But I'm hoping a little more. Like, okay, so I got another hell. So I am hoping for a little more than just stats, like +4 to all stats, and that's it. So hopefully she does get something good in her refine. Same thing for Grima, which of course she is getting well, we'll talk about Dragon Skin's update, which went from giving her +4 defense and +4 death and rest on enemy combat to now giving her +6 to all stats and giving her the dull effect. So I always run my Grima with female Grima with dull range. Now I don't have to run dull range on her since they're literally giving her dull as part of her dragon skin. And of course it'll still be able to negate archers, so remove the effective against flying effect or weakness on her. And she's getting speed rest rain, which she's one of the very few units that can use speed rest rain effectively, mostly because of course her damage is magical, so being able to lower rest is good. And of course giving her the speed, which gives her the ability to not have to run quick repose. I was hoping they gave her Dragon's Ire, but or like attack rest menace or something like that, since she comes with rest smoke. But at last, speed rest rain it is, which is, I guess Ryoma also got a range skill. They're giving a lot of range skills away. The other unit that is of course getting the oh yeah, so right now Grima's weapon expiration only does one thing, is just a souped up lightning breath. It's just a stronger lightning breath, so it just allows her to counter a distance. So for her, I'm not sure which way they'll take her, since again they could go anywhere since she doesn't actually have anything to her weapon right now. And because she also shares the same refine with male Grima, it has to be something that is also useful for him. So I don't know, maybe cooldown acceleration, but he does come with Vengeful Fighter. So maybe they'll give her a guaranteed follow-up attack on initiation, because that will help both of them. We are really not getting any green orbs. So follow-up on initiation, maybe an impact skill. Maybe like Ryoma, just give her no follow-up. Which does again go with the speed that she gets from speed restrain. Wow, I am not getting any green orbs, so I'm not gonna be able to summon a lot for that, to try to get another Guinevere with how little green orbs I'm getting to begin with. Alright, so finally a green orb. Can this be Byleth? Let it be Byleth. Yeah, so I don't know which way they'll take her weapon, but the other unit that is of course getting the upgrade is Legendary Lyn. So Legendary Lyn, Laws of Sake, is if she's near allies, she gets +4 attack and +4 speed. No, she gets +3 to all stats or +4 to all stats. When she's within 2 spaces of an ally. But now that's getting upgraded into +6 to all stats if she initiates or if she is within 2 spaces of an ally. And if she is if her speed is greater than her force speed +5, meaning if her speed is the full speed -5, Do I finish this circle just to burn all my orbs? I'll need 2 orbs. Can I get 2 orbs from somewhere at this moment? No. So I'll just finish the circle and leave it right there. If I don't get anything, if I get something out, that will be the end of this banner. If not, then I'll probably summon a little bit afterwards, just to close out the circle, the pity raid, and that'll be that for this horror banner. Which I got hell. Hell was something I was looking for, but no Byleth. We did get Aether, so this is my second Aether, which means I do have blue dual flying now that I can pass on to another unit. So yeah. So blue dual flying 4. I do have, I guess I have a peony for blue dual flying 3, which allows you to pass that in attack defense rain or harsh commands plus. Actually, she doesn't come. Yeah, there is harsh command plus. So since I don't have a current use for Aether, that's probably what she's gonna be used for. Can I at least get another colorless unit? Nope. But yeah, so then if she's putting her speed is 5, well, I guess if she has like 40 speed and the opponent has 45 speed, that will be equal or graded to foes plus 5, and she gets a fire sweep effect, a sweep effect from it, fire sweep, wind sweep, whatever you want to call it, a sweep effect. So let's actually go to the notifications. It makes it easier to talk like this. I can actually read the whole thing. So yeah, if she initiates combat or is split into spaces, gets all stats plus 6, and if the foe uses a sword, lance, axe, dragonstone, or beast damage, and unit speed is greater than or equal to foe speed plus 5, which means if her speed is equal or greater to the foe speeds minus 5 of her speed. So again, that 40, if she has 35 and the enemy has 40, it will proc. She gets the fire sweeps, and she also comes with John Dry speed to increase her speed to make it easier for her to double, and of course proc this effect. It is a pretty good effect. It makes her more combat oriented than her weapon, so we'll see what that does. And of course, like I said, Grima is, oh yeah, is if foe's HP is 75% or greater or at start of combat. So this I don't like the foe has to be above 75 HP in order for her to get the plus 6 to all stats. It neutralizes the and gets the dull effect. So I think that's a little restrictive. It should have just been, that's it, at start of combat, just give her the plus 6 to all stats and neutralizes the bonus. We have skills that do that, like even her original dragon skin just is not HP conditional. But yeah, so on the weapon refines, of course, I'm most excited about Fjorm. But Guntrap, which of course just got her huge upgrade with Chilling Seal 2, it will be interesting to see it because she has, of course, that reverse blade tome effect. So very interesting to see what they do to her weapon, because it already has like the thing that people love the most, the blizzard effect, which is most called the broadleaf fan effect or reverse blade tome. So it will be interesting to see what they're gonna do with her. Like, what they probably go with something simple kind of like Nino that just gets what is it called? Even attack wave, or Tarja. Well, Tarja is actually a pretty good one because she debuffs enemies around her. So when you're thinking about what she will get, it will probably be along those lines. Either really simple like Guntra's, like Nino's just ability to buff herself, or something like Tarja, which is debuff the enemy in combat and be able to supply the within 2 range, kind of like a rain effect. Obviously, she probably will not have any kind of debuffs, like, because that's what Chilling Seal. Chilling Seal now having the AoE kind of effect on the debuff means that she'll probably not get any kind of debuffs on her weapon. Maybe they'll give her the Adol effect just to be able to bypass 4 to 5 rally effects to be able to do more damage. Who knows? Like I said, the Grimace is really hard to tell because he has to work on a fast unit like female Grima and a slow unit like male Grima. So it will be interesting to see what kind of effect. Maybe a healing effect, like heal upon doing damage, kind of like Claude, kind of like Spring Myrrh. As for the other ones, well, Jerome came with Pole Axe, so I don't know if they'll keep the Horse Lane effect on his new weapon, and then Dorcas, he just had distant counters, so who knows what they'll go with him. Maybe let's see, what he comes with Fear Stance, so maybe more damage when he counterattacks. And Katria, her weapon is very similar to Spring Sharena, so something like Spring Sharena got more debuffs. But yeah, the new locking ability, we didn't talk about that. It lets you just lock teams. It is not, from what I can see, it doesn't appear to be able to use on Aether race, which people really would like that on Aether race more than anything else. But it will let you lock your like defense team for arena. So if you move around seals, it won't mess up with them. Or if you use those units on any other content and want to switch from their dual rallies to a reposition, it won't mess with them. So it will be good for that. I do hope that they expand it to Aether race eventually, or at least be like limited to 1 or 2 teams on Aether race. You can lock 1 or 2 teams and that's it. But yeah, the last thing we'll do is just take a look for what we got. So there we go. We'll remove this just so we can see all the units, and then we'll go by rarity. So these are all the 5 stars I picked up. We picked up a Leaf, Bramimon, so we picked up all 3 colorless. Julia, we got a random Harden. We were able to pick up an extra knot. And 2 healths. We'll probably go with the plus HP, as weird as that is, for health, just because Bolt Tower really destroys her. And an Ernest, which might get fodder off for Blue Dual Flyer, since, like I said, I already have an Ernest and she should be around here. There it is. So we already got this Ernest. This is plus def minus res. It's minus attack plus res. So both of them are plus res. I think minus attack is worse, so we'll keep the original one. But yeah, so Lynn is gonna be a little more similar to Shamir, or at least comparable to Shamir. Shamir gets the +7 from her solo. Lynn will get the +6 from her ability, and she gets the survivalist 4, which is the HP base sweep fire sweep skill, while Lynn will have it baked onto her A skill, which means eventually she'll have it as she'll have a weapon refine, which will probably give her more speed, since where is it? Where are you, Lynn? There you are. So there we go. We can compare them just straight up. So this is an unmerged Shamir versus a +5 Lynn. So keep that in mind when I'm comparing the stats. But as you can see, they're pretty similar. Shamir is more defense than res, while Lynn has more res. Swift Molo Gear, which is what I said, like at least is within 2 spaces, number of foes. So she'll still have that offensive, but the problem was was if foe initiates combat, so that was always the problem. And now is if unit initiates combat. Wait, let me just double verify that it did get changed to if unit initiates combat. Well, yeah, it is, because otherwise the wind sweep will be dumb. So yeah, it went from if foe initiates combat to now if unit initiates combat, which makes her more player face now. It solidifies her as a player face unit, as opposed to this weird enemy face, player face hybrid that she always was, especially since she came with Desperation. That's why I switched her to Vantage, since her kid was this weird mismatch of offense and defense. So she will be comparable to Shamir. You can give her no follow-up if you want, or maybe that's what she'll get in her refine. Or actually, no. Well, yeah, I mean, no follow-up will still help you with your sweep skills. So yeah, that's what she's gonna be, more Shamir-like. Both of them get speed from their weapon, attack speed +6, attack speed +5. Both of them get stats from their A slot, attack speed +7. She'll have attack speed, def, and rest +6 from Loss of Sake. Lynn, of course, gonna have joint drive speed, which will help her out, increase that speed, which is pretty low, I guess, for today's metagame. This is why Shamir at base has 40, while my +5 Lynn only has 38. So yeah, those are some of the changes that are coming to on the next update. I'm really excited to see the refines, mostly for Fjorm and Grima. Which of course I do have my Grima at +10 already. So yeah, Dragon Skin, like I said, it doesn't have that HP penalty, or at least it's on foe's HP as opposed on her HP, but still I don't know why they made it HP base. I won't have to run dual range anymore, since again she'll have that dual bake into Dragon Skin. Attack Smoke will become Speed Restrain, and Inspiration will be getting a refine. So I expect to see a lot more Grimas in the near future. I will definitely use Grima a lot more than I have used her. I used to use her a lot early on. She did drop out of usage just because of her not so great stats, especially the speed stat for a tank, and of course just being a dragon and all. So who knows what the refine rate is. Maybe they'll remove her dragon weakness, just like Sotes doesn't have a dragon weakness. Since technically she doesn't transform either, like just Grima comes from behind and attacks. So maybe they'll remove that, but then of course, lore wise, she's always like, she's weak to the Falchion, though. So who knows? Who knows what they will do with the Refine. But yeah, so that is it for this summoning sessions / update talk. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.